Take a deep breath in, you people, next level souls, unlimited humans. Without much of voice and from the sunny Florence, Italy, I today want to delve deeper into a little bit what I talked about yesterday, right? Yesterday I spoke about the model of the next level embodiment. So the different pieces that I found myself to continuously live day after day, so that you can implement them. And I will write them down in here. If you were there yesterday, you might remember them. Um, and I will go deeper actually now. Like let me ship this so that you can see it already, and I will go deeper with that, because there's a whole situation that happens when you're truly shifting inward on a regular basis, and it's that you act outward. You emerge and you make things happen outside. So hello, good morning from wherever you are. Hi Omar, how you guys who are live with me this very moment. If you're watching on a replay, even give me a hashtag replay in the comment or description. So okay, yesterday it was about the next level embodiment model, right? So NLE stands for next level embodiment, and and it was about presence. So you have presence, so you have vitality, so you have integrity, and you have these three fundamental pieces from acting and operating continuously, the two indeed operational elements of next level embodiment, which are inner and outer work. Okay, inner work is energy work, mindset work, trauma work, and all this kind of works that you do on like personal development. And outer work is more of the business, is more of the strategizing, is more of the planning and calendarizing and creating partnerships. So communication with the outer world and with your business partner, with your love. So it's love, it's kids, is a business, its impact, is whatever, right? It's society, is the earth and the planet, all of that. It's outer work. Inner work is working on yourself. Now, today, fasting forward, moving, moving forward and fast. You realize that's all of this, okay? This is a model that you might know already, and it is the model that speaks about what's in your domain of influence, domain of control, and domain of not control. Things that you cannot control and things that are unknown to you. All right. So this is unknown to you. You don't know what's outside of these 1, 2, 3 circles. And this is a fine line that there's almost not a continuity in it, because this is unknown, okay? Unknown, and this is out of your control. All right, so out of control, you can't control that. This is, I mean, depending on your level of life decision making, you might be Elon Musk. And if you're Elon Musk and watching this, by the way, I'm honored. But you might be Elon Musk, and by watching this, there's by seeing this, you might have a lot of influence on the government, because you're Elon Musk, right? But if you're like me, most likely you don't have control over governments. You don't have control over the top richest family of the world. And so this is where the out of control stuff is. And not only that, many like markets and the industries overall, you don't have control over that. And most likely you don't even have an influence, or a direct influence, or a level of influence that allow you truly make you feel in control indeed. So this is influence. I'm going inside, and we'll delete this in a moment to actually move forward. Okay, so influence. Now this is your domain of control. Okay, in a way, it's where you can actually act. It's what you can truly hit with who you are. So this is control. You can do things in this realm. And this is you. This is you, okay? This is you, and nobody will take away the power you have over you ever. Now, as this is you, this triangle, and this is what you can control by being you, and as much and the more you are you, the more you can like strengthen this, and the more you strengthen this, the more influence you can create, the more influence, the more you expand, the more your influence also expands and get to influence what's out of your control. And the more you expand, the more you get to know things that you couldn't see before. Okay, now this is a model that it's not mine at all. I actually don't know who this is. You can help me out dropping it in the comments if you know that. I don't know who originally designed this, but we will focus on the triangle and on the external circumstances that are on your control, because what you control influences outside, but you don't need to focus on that. You don't need to stress about that. Next level embodiment: presence, vitality, integrity, inner and outer work. Outer work is here, inner work is all around here. Integrity, vitality, and presence are what you use to build what we're gonna see in a moment. So quickly, as I promised, going super specific about things. We got our beautiful triangle. It doesn't. This doesn't work anymore. It's leaving me on the most beautiful part of the of the training. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! So let me see if I can figure this out. Be very sad. The beauty of life, right? Let me see. Let me see if one of these beasts work. And he wants to help me. Yeah, we have the black one that wants to help us today. You barely see it. I will need to find another strategy. So let me go. Okay, let me go theoretical. Speaking to you before going back to this, as maybe this thing starts to work again. Yesterday I spoke about presence, vitality, integrity, inner and outer work, and how they help you. Today, what I want to go into is how you'll need to continuously focus on mastering yourself, mastering on this triangle that you're not necessarily able to see now. You need to focus inside of this with all the different elements that as soon as this works, I'll start drawing for you. You need to shift inside. This is external world, and this is internal. Okay, and this is spirit, soul, the more energetic side of you, and this is the mental and emotional. Okay, now it starts working, thanks god. And this is the physical, okay, body, and I'll put a B. This is open, and you'll now see why. So it's very important. Now let me see what you can see. You see, from the external, you practice a shifting inward, and you let it emerge, meaning that at the foundation there will be a very subtle separation of two aspects. And in here, there will be what's important for you. I'm going to write it now for you. Write it down. Then there's another aspect. There's another aspect here that it's what is important. to you. And then there's, let's start writing VOB actually. And then there's actions. This is what you see. And attitudes, okay? And this is results. So this is the reason why this opened, because the external world and your results are connected. The results you create, they come from your actions. So this is going upward, okay? It has this upward movement. It goes into this direction continuously, moving up, right? And these directly influences the external results. So results, actions, attitudes. Now this is how you see the world, and this is something that is below the surface. If you have in mind the um, powerful iceberg explanation of how we work in terms of subconscious and conscious, so on and so forth. Well, basically, the result is something that you see. You see it from the external world. It can be measured. The actions and attitudes and probably behaviors as well. Okay, it's something that you can see of someone. The someone can see of you, and then you go inside because doesn't necessarily people see your actions, but don't necessarily see how you see the world that cause you to act and behave in that certain way. So, views, opinions, and beliefs, your paradigms, and how you perceive the world so that you acted in a certain way. So, let me write perception and let me write paradigm. All right. So, you got this, and this is behaviors. So, you can see the behaviors of someone, but you don't see their paradigms or perceptions. Behaviors. And then you've got, well, let me write it. Results are also impact. Are the outcomes, impact, outcomes, results. Call it the way you want, outcomes. Ultimately, they inform you whether the life you're living is the life you want. So you need to be present and observing that. Okay. So I'm sorry, that's not really seeable, but I'm practicing and listen up and take your own notes with this because it's about you implementing it. It's about you practicing it in real life and well, get in touch with me. Of course, you can go way deeper than this. Um, so visions, views of realities, opinions about reality, and beliefs about reality is your perception and is your paradigm. Now here's your values, and here's your values. Well, there's your values, and there's your um, what matters to you, what drives your actions truly, what's beneath the surface. Why do you see things how you see them? Okay. Why you see things the way you see them. Values, um, priorities. And here I'm talking literally because you value family, you have a certain view, opinion, and belief about reality. Okay. You have a certain paradigm and perception that tells you how to act and how to behave. That creates certain results. If you don't like the external that you're living, life, circumstances, if you feel it's like a crisis, you need to go and look at that and then see what actions and behaviors you're performing and living out, and how you're looking at seeing at reality. This is also, by the way, quite blurred lines very often, okay? Be blurred a little bit for us. And therefore, see what you're valuing, what you're prioritizing. And then there's basically, I actually put a line, an extra line here, but then there's you, your inner authority, what you feel being the right thing. Self-consciousness. It's your consciousness is conscious. It's your consciousness is that driving force beneath the surface for you, and ultimately is what you truly want to be listening to. It's what you can hear. It's that whispering voice. It tells you what to do. Your inner authority. This is when we get into integrity, but in particular authenticity and autheos, which means to be authentic, means to be following your own inner authority, that whispering voice. So let me call it even inner voice. And now inner compass also. So now look at this. An inner compass. No, a compass will be guided by the magnetism of the earth, right? So will be guided by something that is bigger than it is. And this is the universal consciousness. And you can call it God, Krishna, Allah, Buddha, like what's your belief? What's your what do you believe about reality being? Like there's a higher force, there's not a higher force, however you call it, but that resides in here, and it's basically that universal consciousness you can tap into. This is why at the beginning I said you need to practice shifting inward. So you see the results, you see the impact and outcomes, you see them, you see whether you like them, whether you don't like them, and you probably want that next level. And so as you see that, you start dropping down and inward until you find that self-consciousness, until you find that inner voice, that silence, that space. And with that, you're able to listen to something which is bigger, that informs you. This comes down to intuition. And so let me write authenticity. As I said, it's following your inner authenticity, following your inner authority. And authenticity, silence and intuition. Okay, intuition, because through intuition you're letting this emerge, bubble up, and as this emerges, it becomes your values, it becomes your priorities. But this in here is what truly makes you feel good at life, what truly makes you feel you. If this pervades your priorities, becomes the values that you base your perception and paradigms of reality on, it becomes the 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 foundation to your behaviors and actions. It will change the results, the impact and the outcomes that you will spread into the external environment of you. And going fast forward where we were at the beginning, you will see how this this little triangle that's not very visible on the camera will influence this circle, and this circle will grow, will expand. You take more and more control in this domain of influence, will be influenced more and more, and this that was out of your control you will be able to control it more and more and more. Now I apologize because this was working perfectly right before right before this live. But how are you gonna implement? Let me shift. How are you gonna implement all of these? And was a quick explanation. Is what was a quick training that I gave, but I truly cared about you understanding that the results and outcomes, they do come out of you shifting inward and letting emerge what you see. What you see, if you truly silent the external world influence on your life, what you see, what you can tap into, that universal consciousness that was at the base of the triangle that I drew, and you start behaving out of that, you start acting out of that, it makes different results. It makes the results that you feel good about. And so this is what next level is all about. And this is what I'm putting out more and more. This is what self mastery over crisis, the mini virtual retreat that I host monthly, that will happen on the 30th of June and 1st and 2nd of July, is all about. And so I would just invite you to watch yesterday's live. It's about 10 minutes. Today's training was about 20 minutes overall. And well, stick around because I will be dropping more of this valuable 5 to 15, 20 minutes content in the coming days for you to create your own world in a way that it's based upon what truly matters to you. And please tell me, what are your values? What are your values? What are your priorities in life? What are those foundational and important things that you want to see more of in your life? I'm curious about it because eventually I can speak directly to them in the coming days and we can create an interaction. I deeply care about you. I value you're a soul that's here for next level. I know you're a next level soul. You're unlimiting yourself, and you know that the external outcomes and results come from you dropping inward and letting it emerge, taking different actions, taking different um, behaviors. I know you know it. This is why I'm doing all this for you. Like, I know that this is not visible right now, but go back and watch the replay. Let me know what you feel about it. Take notes. Go watch the yesterday's video. It has a little announcement for you as well. And stay unlimited. Time to break up with our limits, my dear human. Tap into your soul and be next level. I love you.